With the upcoming elections just around the corner, it's crucial to fully understand and compare the policies of two probable presidential candidates, Donald Trump and Joe Biden. Both candidates have proposed distinct plans that will shape the future of our nation. In this episode, we shall take a closer look at their proposed plans for crucial areas such as the economy, healthcare, immigration, and foreign policy. We will delve into how each candidate plans to stimulate economic growth, their approaches to healthcare reform, their strategies for handling immigration issues, and their visions for America's role on the global stage. Stay tuned for an enlightening discussion that will provide comprehensive insights, helping you make an informed decision come election day. Now let's delve into a side-by-side comparison of Donald Trump's and Joe Biden's policies across key areas. This detailed analysis will help us understand the distinct visions each leader has for the future of the country. Economic policies, tax cuts versus infrastructure investment. Trump focused on substantial tax cuts for businesses and the wealthy, arguing that this would stimulate economic growth and job creation. Deregulated industries to reduce the regulatory burden, believing that less regulation would spur innovation and competition. His administration also negotiated trade deals aimed at benefiting American workers and industries, such as the USMCA, which replaced NAFTA. Biden proposed reversing Trump's tax cuts for the wealthy and corporations to facilitate significant investments in infrastructure, clean energy, and technology. His plan aimed to create jobs and tackle climate change simultaneously, advocated for a $15 federal minimum wage to improve livelihoods and reduce poverty. He also emphasized strengthening labor unions and workers' rights as a means to ensure fair wages and conditions. Healthcare, repeal ACA versus expand ACA. Trump aimed to repeal and replace the Affordable Care Act, though he was unsuccessful in fully achieving this due to a lack of consensus in Congress. Promoted health savings accounts, or HSAs, to give individuals more control over their healthcare spending, and pushed for transparency in healthcare pricing to allow consumers to make more informed choices. His administration also sought to reduce drug prices through various initiatives, although these measures had mixed results. Biden sought to build upon the ACA by introducing a public option, which would provide an affordable alternative to private insurance and potentially drive down overall costs. Focused on reducing prescription drug costs through measures like allowing Medicare to negotiate prices, his plan included expanding mental health services to address the growing need for comprehensive care, emphasized broadening access to preventive care, and strengthening protections for pre-existing conditions to ensure more individuals receive necessary treatments. Immigration. Border security versus humane reform. Trump took a tough stance on immigration with initiatives like the construction of a border wall with Mexico, the Remain in Mexico policy, which required asylum seekers to wait outside the U.S. for their hearings, and travel bans from specific countries deemed security risks, focused on reducing the number of refugees and immigrants entering the country, arguing that it was necessary for national security and economic stability. His administration also increased immigration enforcement and aimed to end the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, or DACA program. Biden looked to modernize the immigration system and provide pathways to citizenship for undocumented immigrants, particularly those who arrived as children, sought to reinstate DACA protections and treat asylum seekers more humanely, including ending family separations, aimed to address the root causes of migration through foreign aid and diplomacy, focusing on improving conditions in countries where many migrants originate to reduce the need for people to flee. Trade and foreign policy. America first versus multilateral diplomacy. Trump emphasized an America First strategy, which involved withdrawing from international agreements like the Trans-Pacific Partnership and renegotiating trade deals to prioritize American interests. Renegotiated NAFTA into the US-Mexico-Canada Agreement, or USMCA, to better serve American workers and industries. Imposed tariffs on China to address trade imbalances and intellectual property concerns, which led to a trade war impacting various sectors. Biden prioritized rebuilding alliances and engaging in multilateral diplomacy, including rejoining the Paris Climate Agreement to combat global climate change, strengthened NATO partnerships, and emphasized the importance of collective security, advocated for fair trade practices that ensure human rights and labor standards are upheld in international agreements, sought to balance competition with cooperation in relations with China, addressing issues like trade, intellectual property, and human rights. Which policies suit America better? There you have it. A comprehensive comparative look at the differing policies of Trump and Biden. Their unique approaches to critical areas highlight the stark contrasts in their visions for the United States. Trump's policies often emphasize deregulation and tax cuts, aiming to stimulate economic growth through free market principles. He believes that reducing government interference and lowering taxes will encourage businesses to invest and create jobs, ultimately benefiting the economy. Biden, on the other hand, focuses on increasing government intervention, with plans to bolster social safety nets and invest in green energy. I hope this detailed comparison helps you better understand where each stands on these critical issues. Let us continue this conversation in the comment section below. Stay tuned for future episodes for more in-depth insights into important political and policy discussions.